afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero of Strike, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on Holotny Firma. Between the west, we got Vulpine fighting here for America, freedom, and liberty for the 2nd Infantry Division, holding in the line as the Kampfgruppe Huber under the command of Zerg 1111. Fighting here for the Wehrmacht, pushes forward with mobile defense, elite troops, and mechanized assault versus airborne, heavy cavalry, and tactical support. Both sides rather sort of doctrines chosen as part of the metagame there. Bulletin-wise infantry and a single Austrian one for slight suppression on the machine guns. We'll have to see how that works out. But standard side here, MD42 Grenadiers for Zerg. For Vulpine, we are looking at double riflemen. Heading towards us with the reassurance, and looks like he'll be trying to secure the points here. No, actually, he's rushing ahead here further on. He's actually going, I think, with sort of a more disruptive start. They're trying to throw off Zerg a bit there, but at the same time, it's going to be at the cost of himself gaining territory and resources. So it's a bit risky here what Vulpine is doing. I mean, if this works out, that's going to be great. If it doesn't work out, well, the opposite of that, less great. MD4 tries to move northwards, so that's actually very aggressive there from Zerg, to be honest. Very aggressive, a bit reckless there with that MD42 move. We'll have to see how it plays out. They've got Grenadiers with reassurance, trying to set up here behind the tractor, but they, of course, will take full hits there from the reassurance. M1 carbines up close, and the Grenadiers are quickly taking a lot of damage there. Half the unit gone in a matter of seconds. That was definitely a bad engagement there for Zerg. Should definitely not try to run up there close up in the front, so the broadside, if you actually stay there, that would actually work much better versus the reassurance. Got riflemen up here, we got more Grenadiers, so we got more riflemen for Vulpine, who's very much, again, he's aiming for the disruptive start. He's really sort of trying to use his offensive advantage to push back Zerg. And again, if the MD42 was nearby, this would have been punished a lot harder. But because he's himself pushing up the MD42, because I think Zerg is actually aiming for a disruptive start himself with his MD42, which is a lot more risky to pull off like the way he's doing it. I mean, he's basically getting punished for it, so sort of a bit back and forth in a weird way between these two players. Definitely not the most usual pair of openings from neither USF or the Wehrmacht. I mean, the US one is a bit more common, I think, but the Wehrmacht one for Playtolist is definitely unusual. Taking up position there, opening up the German troops there. Gonna need to set up there. Pioneers need to reinforce each other, getting up, and then another MD42 needs to bring up a mortar that way and deal with them. Either the MD42 tries to say flank from here, or he gets a mortar on it to bombard it. And Vulpine is in fact bringing out a mortar. Of course, again, while he's got this there, there's one problem for Vulpine though, is again, he's not getting a lot of territory, not compared to say Zerg, who's actually getting a bit more. So Zerg will actually have a slight resource advantage over Vulpine here, though of course he's now sort of trying to attack from further sides, flanking out here, Zerg, and there we go, catch him in a pretty bad position. There we go, Zerg trying to react, but he's just constrained here by his rather awkward start against Vulpine. And the 2nd Infantry, we got more Grenadiers on the no, actually a mortar there. Grenadiers here, but I just need to retreat there in a poor condition, low on health. So really rough start here in a sense for Zerg, but at the same time he's at least gaining some territory, but it still feels a bit rough. Pioneers bring up for the fuel point, MD42 setting up here. So basically the map's going to be set up in a much less usual split of, north-south. Usually again it seems like more east-west, but this time around is actually north-south, it seems like. That is a very, very rare setup, sort of in terms of just openings here on this map, but sometimes that's just how it can work, and that tends to lead to some interesting situations here. Grenadiers moving up, reinforced here, rifle pushing forward, but they are low on health here. It's going for the mortar, but at the same time, right here, Vulpine is risking the rifle just a bit. But we got mortar exchanging fire there against different targets. Grenadiers almost wiped out. That was close. That was really close there for Zerg. MD42 slightly moving about again. His support weapons are a bit exposed there, but at the same time, he's pushing up the MD42 yet to set up. That's going to not end up well. Fuel pump, by the way, dug in with S-mines here. Rifle getting away from the MD42, and of course, with mortar nearby, he has to reposition the MD42 before that gets hammered. German mortar firing away there, Grenadiers reinforcing. He has taken up, he needs to get up the light to mechanized company as soon as possible. As for Vulpine, what we got here, we got no tech up from him as of yet, no upgrades either. Rifle being held here, but the MD42 of course still got the mortar here. Of course at the same time we can see here now with the eastern side exposed, he could in theory try and push from them against the mortar, save his MD42 at least protected. His least advancing up the mortar. Grenadiers not going towards the west here, and I think he's going to try and silence the American mortar here with his own mortar. There we go. Double rifle in church, mortar now exposed, nothing to screen it. We got more Grenadiers on the way there for Zerg and the Kampfgruppe Huber. Mortar needs to get away, Grenadiers sneaking up there to support the MD42. And mortar gets away, the dust of a loss there of poor Ludwig. More Grenadiers slowly arriving. As for Vulpine, we've got the captain. Pretty standard choice there. Mortar a bit exposed. They could actually rifle grenade it. Instead he's popping a concussive grenade against rifleman there. A concussive grenade essentially just being, well, or stun grenade being a concussive grenade, which is just basically what the steel hand grenade was without a fragmentation sleeve, which is actually what it needed to be more lethal. Little fun fact there, otherwise it just relies on more on the explosive force, which is basically what a concussive grenade is. Most grenades tend to kill through fragmentation. So a little fun fact there. Concussive grenades also tend to be a bit of a problem using inside buildings, I believe. They can actually blow off the facade or something, which can have a few issues. I believe that's the reason why the Danish army stopped using them. But we got rifle grenade health against the Russians there. Lands nicely there. Also, a fun fact about German rifle grenades, they actually required you to set up a sort of small device on the rifle before you could fire them, whereas others just involved, well, basically a grenade on a stick. That's the British solution, by the way. Grenade on a stick. Concussive grenade here. Elite troops, so, I mean, concussive grenades with the Americans tend to be a pretty good choice since they want to get up close because they get just twice as much firepower as you do get up there with, say, grenadiers versus riflemen. So having concussive grenades does help, equalize them, force them to be a bit more careful about just closing in on you. But he's going to gain the southern fuel point here. Vulpine, not too focused here, of course. Has rather lost control of the map all of a sudden here. He's gone by the way for a second mortar. He's going pretty artillery heavy there versus Zerg, but Zerg has stabilized and turned the situation around there for the fatherland. He's got the lighter mechanized company up as well there for Germany. Captain moving up there with Thompson and with rifles. Pioneers coming in further from the captain. Bullets flying out there from the church. And we got the Grenadier for their firing in response. Nicely positioned there. Also nice S-man field. That's going to make it difficult for Vulpine to rush for it. And he's not going to try and recapture the north instead, trying to push for the south instead. He's going to push right through here, it seems. And there go MG40 trying to fire, opening up. And the captain, of course, couldn't just mortar it, or could just smoke the MG42. S-mine's being set off by the mortars. That's not the most efficient minesweeper method. He'd probably better off just moving up some minesweeper men and then just using the mortar to deal with the Germans over there. And there we go, we do see the MG42 retreats. Zerg sending grenadiers towards the south there, and we got the mortar still advancing up to more fort position. We got a Pack 40 out here in case Vulpine rushes out a light tank. Sensible choice there, I think, by Zerg and the Kampfgruppe Huber. Kampfgruppes were usually named after the commanding officer. There are some exceptions to that. For example, if they're formed because a division had been brought down to such a weak strength number, it would just be called Kampfgruppe, divisional name to sort of highlight that this was a reduced divisional force. Little fun fact there. And there were also a few other sort of exceptions. There was like one in 1945 called Kampfgruppe 1000 Nacht or Battle Group 1000 Nights. Why it was called that, I've got no bloody idea though, but one of the few exceptions to the rule. We've got a still on the way there for Vulpine, pretty standard stuff there. Double American mortars, less standard, though some players do go for it, and it is pretty nasty, as it does very much have a high likelihood of just wiping one of your squads if you're not careful. Even if you are careful, it can still wipe it. That's basically how lethal it is. So Vulpine here is really just aiming hard there for just trying to bleed out Zerg. Zerg, on the other hand, seems to still trying to dance about here. Vulpine as much as possible. He's not relying just on brute force here so far anyways. Stood almost on there for Vulpine and the 2nd Infantry. Gunners getting in there. We got some D43s being handed out, by the way. And there you go, Captain push back here with MG42. Veterans one for the mortar, and Gunners sneak up here through the south. Good work there. We could try and lay down a smoke screen around here to allow the Gunners to further move close and actually bypass the rifle and then go straight for the mortars. But no sign of smoke there. Just more regular mortar barraging. Pioneers laying down tiller mines there. Good spot. Stuart light tank out there for Vulpine and the 2nd Infantry. Mortifying the house there. Pack 40 set up. We got rifle flanking Grenadiers inside the church. Aggressive play there of Vulpine, but nice work, nice work. Grenadiers being right here for the steward. Close, but looks like Matt get away. Pack 40 there shoots, misses the steward. That's going to be catastrophic here. The steward will be able to fire past them, the pack, and even wipe it. Down to less than half. There we go. Wipes the Grenadiers. And instead of going for the steward, he pulls away here. Wow, that's... Maybe he's worried about the Grenadiers inside the church, but he's actually going here to escape for the south, which could actually have him then risk hitting into the teller mine. There we go. That was definitely a good teller mine there for Zerg. A loss there for Vulpine and the 2nd Infantry. Though he has to reposition due to the sheer fire there of the two mortars, which really can do a lot of damage. Troops seeing reinforcing up north, securing territory there. No doctrine yet for Vulpine. Though of course at this point he's quite aware his opponent has gone for elite troops. I mean, the concussive grenades don't belong to any other doctrines. I mean, that's pretty much a given. Mortar sitting up there. We got Panzer Grenadier ramming there for Zerg. We got no further take up there for Zerg, though he could do it. As for Vulpine, we got nothing further here, though. We got weapon racks, that's good. And we actually got a smokescreen here on the center victory point. In case the machine guns are just infantry. Very nice work there. Never hurts to be careful. Mortars sitting up there. And obviously mortars don't really care so much, because when it comes to explosions, they don't care if they can see you. Just that you're there. So there you go. Auto splattered out. And there we go, we got Panzer Grenadier out here for Zerg and the Kampfgruppe. Pioneers moving up there past the wreckage of the Steward, a burned out hulk of twisted metal and freedom. Captain advancing with a bazooka in hand. We got Browning automatics being handed out there to the Rifleman. Grenadiers could do with a bit of reinforcement. There you go, their quick retreat rations retreating as well. Then in the north, Panzer Grenadier. And here we go, big push Rifleman. As soon as Vulpine gets him, it seems like he's turning into sort of horde tactics with them, just relying on the raw force of the bar blob. Try and break through Zerg there. That's definitely going to be a bit of a challenge. And then again, he's got the mortar, he's got the MD42, he's got some other options there. So at the same time, this is not going to be a straight up win there for Vulpine if he's not careful. In fact, he could easily end up being quite heavily punished here. And there you go, we got a quick bomb grenade there against the captain inside the cover. Mortar fire nearby as well. Need to be careful again. It is a BAR blob, and that can very quickly do a lot of damage, in particular up close there with the Browning automatic rifles. MD42 is moving up here. Mortar gaining retreat too, but coming under fire there from the American mortars. BAR blob slightly shifting about there. Pioneers being healed. Tech up down there again, go for the Suppormer call. And versus his opponent with a BAR block, plus the fact he's actually had some fuel control and the fact he quickly wiped the Steward, I think could allow him to actually then rush out and Ostwind here. That would not be a bad choice here, but so far Zerg is more concerned, I think, with pressuring northwards and grabbing territory there. Further on, of course, going for a blob here. Vulpine will be lowering his ability to actually control the map, since while they do of course offer a lot of strength in one spot, it does mean you're going to very much struggle to control the rest of the map, because you're not going to have any firepower there then. So we'll have to see how that works out. Oh, there you go. Brings back the Pioneers, realizes he forgot something. Panzer Grenadier instead being dispatched northwards with their Sturmgewehrs. And to tank gun out there for Vulpine and the 2nd Infantry, the M1.
A capture point is being overrun.
Rifleman towards the center, MD4 setting up. There we go. Rifleman in front of them and quickly suppressed. Negative cover, suffering losses. And of course, because now all of his infantry in the south, there's nothing to screen against the northern pushes. I mean, that's really one of the issues with just hoarding up your forces like that. It means basically leaving a large chunk of your map on sort of rather open. We've got Risen taking to the Gunners and occupying the house. And there you go, Suppormer co-op for Zerg. Could go for the Ostwind. You could of course also just go for the Panzer IV, the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Vulpine isn't on this, by the way, going back to the map. And he's also got a sizable victory point lead over Zerg down. He's got 330 versus 487. There you go, 32 for the Grenadiers, for the G43s. Yes, they're getting blasted, and they're going to get a concussive grenade off there. Mortars falling back because there's something screening, but there we go, we do get the Ostwind there for Zerg. The Flak Panzer 4 Ostwind. Need to spread out his troops. I mean, if a pair of American mortars were to get those in sight, that could easily become some huge losses there for Zerg. And when it comes to the double mortars, be careful. We also got a munitions cache here from Vulpine. I'm a bit surprised it's a munitions cache and not a fuel cache. I would have figured, faster fuel, maybe some armor out there, would be the right choice here for him. But looks like it's in munitions. Meanwhile, he's being harassed again, being cut off from his fuel. We got the flak pans out here for Zerg and the comfortable Hoover. We got Pioneer against here, but the Rifleman and the Cap swiftly pushed back. As it makes another storm run there against Zerg. Was no heading out. Second anti-tank gun done there for Vulpine and the 2nd Infantry. Panzer's moving up. They, of course, he doesn't have the munitions. I'd suggest maybe a grenade over the fence, but there you go. Catching some units to isolate for the rest of the force. And there you go, we got on me from the captain. The problem is they still need to get behind the fence. The fence is basically screaming the Pentagon is. There you go, we got the Austrian here to the rescue with his 37 flak. And there you go, huge force defeated again. The blobby here clearly has some issues there for Vulpine. It's not just, all strength and victory for America. Anti-tank needs to about to deal with the anti-tank gun, or Austrian, pretty quickly. Other one needs to get support rifle coming up as well. Anti-tank gun turning back. We've got the Austrian flanking already. Mortars being engaged here by the 37 Austrian flak. And of course the whole machine gun now with the ability to suppress. We got stormtroopers out here now by the way for Zerg. Anti-tank guns are getting hits on the Austrian. Need to be careful, they've got rifling up quick off an anti-tank rifle grenade. There you go. Geballte Ladung on the anti-tank gun, wiping it out. Austrian. Supporter rifle, there we go. MG42. Pinning down the rifle. Anti-tank gun getting off good hit on the Austrian. Anti-tank gun crewed here by the Austrian. We got a smoke screen being laid down here by the mortar to cover the theft of the anti-tank gun. Now that's definitely some more advanced tactics. Generally you don't see players actually covering up weapon they're stealing. So nice work there. We got incendiary armor plants coming up. The retreat of the anti-tank gun further on. Very, very nice little heist there by Zerg against Vulpine. There you go, we got on me again. Trying to just again break through with raw force. And he gets the MD42. So that kind of works up. We also got the lieutenant out now here for Vulpine. Looks like he's now also gone for heavy cover by banking a lot there on the Pershing, which is always a bit of a dangerous measure, in particular if you're actually a bit behind here. Panzers here versus Rifleman. Done a decent nearby as well, got multiplied then the rifle close wiping that. MD4 true crude here by some Pioneers. They're rather up close and personal there with the captain. Grenade there actually ends up stunning the Panzer Grenadiers themselves. Didn't quite work out. Lieutenant supporting here. Mortars need to get away. Anti-tank gun as well. Other mortar has yet to be crewed there. Zerg just keeping up the pressure there versus Vulpine in the 2nd Infantry. They might want to retreat some of those troops. They're low on health and increasing numbers, but there you go. Wipes another anti-tank gun crew. He is merciless. Absolutely merciless. Back here, troops reinforcing and soon healing. Austrian's going to do with some repairs, but he's close to veterans 1 already, having landed 4 nice kills.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Need to deal with that mortar. That mortar's definitely paid off, I think, for Zerg. Just in terms of kills, but also actually covering up the stealing of that anti-tank gun. Probably would have made it if not been for that mortar laying down a smoke screen. So, I mean, thumbs up there to Zerg. Stormtroopers not fully reinforced. Bit risky there, bit risky. Also, he needs to move up north to get the points there. I think Vulpine's getting a bit too focused on the victory points again. Some players tend to get overly focused on the victory points and then they ignore the resources.
The capture point is under attack.
So the victory point being secured there by Zerg's Grenadiers. They're not upgraded at all. Oh, actually, they have been upgraded. Maybe just missed it. Or perhaps they just got upgraded after it was done looking. Other Austrian being fixed up. Stormtroopers, Panzer Grenadiers reinforcing, healing. So that's assault rifles. He's finding northwards again. He also needs to remember to get the cut-off point back. And we got a 50 caliber here versus all the infantry that Zerg is wielding. 3 Grenadier squads, 1 Panzer Grenadier, 1 Stormtrooper squad. A 50 caliber is not going to be a bad choice. Particularly use it reasonably actively. He could suppress and actually use it to support his advances against Zerg and the Kampfgruppe Huber. Though we'll of course have to see how it works out. Time though for mid-game analysis in terms of damage. Reasonably close kills wise. Zerg's got a lead there over Vulpine. Though not too big, I think, but still notable. Still notable, though there's smoke there, so else I think should make use of it. Plus, I mean, he's been better so far. I think in parts to sort of flank and use map control. In terms of army value, pretty close. I mean, Vulpine was more in lead initially, but again, things are slowly turning in the favour of Zerg here. Particularly with the Austrian, with resource float, been pretty close there in terms of points. So again, initially Vulpine in control, but it's been a lot more sort of unsteady between the two. Now it's more Zerg again who's in control. The smoke, the attacks, sort of the flanking, and overall just not relying on blobs. Has rather shifted map control over to Zerg's side of the ballpark, if you will. So he's rather sort of getting in control again. The Austrian is certainly also helping with that, whereas Vulpine's got no armor again. His steward lasted only for a brief moment. Didn't really get much for it, so it basically ended up being a waste of resources for Vulpine, which was a definite win there for Zerg. For Vulpine, I mean, while a Pershing in theory could be tempting, the problem is there's going to be a lot of time, though, which means Zerg can bring up more armor onto the battlefield, meaning that once the Pershing hits, it's going to be hit by a lot of things. His opponent's only got 200 tank guns. He could have Stugs, Panzer Force, basically a lot of things that could do a lot of damage to the Pershing reasonably quickly, meaning it's not going to land much, you know, of a foot there to the ground. Whereas if we try to aim for some regular armor, he might have a chance of getting that out a bit faster than that. Obviously, it's still going to be expensive in terms of fuel. It will roughly be almost the same cost. In fact, it will be the same cost just for one Sherman, of course, for the Pershing. But the thing is, he can still get it out faster since he won't have to wait for the command points. That is, he actually gets the fuel in time. So that's one thing. So, I mean, more 50 calibers I think would be a good choice, but otherwise more anti-tank guns. But also he needs to flank more. He needs to maneuver more. He's getting two, I think, just caught up here. He needs to try and look for the weak spots and try and hit Zerg that way. Go for the fuel pump himself, trying to delay Zerg's fuel up. And he should also, I think, consider fuel cache at this stage. But otherwise, try and take up, get out some medium armor. That way, pressure Zerg. Then follow up with a Pershing. Also, a few Rangers I think could be quite helpful. Otherwise, not much else there. As for Zerg, more armor would be good. Get the Stormtroopers upgrade with the assault rifles. Actually, he's doing that, so that's pretty good. Otherwise, I mean, Zerg, I think, is doing pretty well here. So it's rather comes down, I think, to largely there to Vulpine and what he does. So let's return to the fight here and see what happens.
We have 300 points remaining.
Bit of quiet here. Anti-tank gun setting up there. Munitions being secured by a few plucky riflemen. Points there being secured. Points there being secured. Tactically, they can reasonably well support each other in case of an attack. And there he goes, also getting the cut-off point. And Zerg preparing for an assault here in the center. He were to lay down smoke screen before that. That would be good. 50 caliber moving up as well. And he's using the Stormtroopers in this case sort of sneak ahead, spot ahead perhaps, or just wait for someone to try and head towards the center, in which case he can unleash a furious barrage up close. And possibly whatnot. I mean, that's really one of the best ways to use Storms amongst other parts, is wait them and then pop a tactical advantage once the opponent gets within range, and then sort of just pop them out of ambush and just kill something really quickly. Gunny's being suppressed. We've got mortar fire going all over the place. The Gunny's almost being hit there. Mortar screen going down there on the 50 caliber. Panzer's holding up there. No tactical advantage. They've got a bundle on the right. We've got all the rifle retreating here. Let's get pursued here by Panzer. There you go. Smoke screen on the 50 caliber gun is still being pushed back. Still the Panzers and the Storm screen then push forward as the 50 caliber is being essentially suppressed here by the smoke, since it can't fire at all. And there you go, we can see Zerg is taking advantage of this to push further forwards. Good work, good work. Osprey dealing with the troops in the south. Lieutenant here's got no chance versus the Flak Panzer. Panzer 4 on the way there for Zerg and the Kampfgruppe Huber. Lieutenant almost wiped there, but the Flak Panzer is supported by the Grenadiers. And in the center, the Panzer is ultimately pushed back here by the 50 caliber. Stormtroopers still holding back here. I think they could advance here for the cutoff point. There's they're getting blasted to bits by the captain with his bazooka and his Thompson. We got the Panzer 4 halfway done. Concussive grenade misses the captain. There goes Stormtroopers all supporting here. Veterans one already, and we got the MD-42 joining up here for the center victory point. Mortars too far removed here to assist at the front line. Bit bad news there for Vulpine's men. Panzer 4 almost done there for Zerg and the Kampfgruppe Huber. And there you go, Stormtroopers advancing towards the cut-off point back here. Osprey down there, Osprey about, and we got the Panzer 4 out there for Zerg. The Panzer Kampfgruppe grabbing the points here. His forces are slightly overextended at the front line, and of course he has to be careful with the double mortars out. It seems like he's not quite wielding them together, which is to the like they have the MD-42. Otherwise, if they've been double barraging it, the MD-42 could have been wiped on the spot. And he can get the machine gun here, the Panzer 4, which does help it out, and he does in fact go for it. Stormtroopers going for the car point before moving on to the fuel point. Sharp move there, I think. Fuel secured. Huge force moving up here. Again, Vulpine very much reliant on brute force here. Push to the centre, but again with that smoke screen, the MD-42 deals with that. Up north, the Stormtroopers being swarmed here. Needs to retreat pretty quickly, since otherwise he can quickly suffer a wipe there, and he's in fact very close to it, but he does manage to get behind the fence, in which case the troops can't quite pursue it fast enough. Could move up the Osprey with the Panzer 4 to deal with this blob here, but decides not to. Instead, he counterattacks into the centre, basically ignoring the blob, pursuing instead softer and weaker targets here, which is actually, I think, a pretty good tactical decision. Obviously, there's anti-tank guns to worry about, but still, if you get the Osprey in the munitions cache, you can do a lot of damage there to Vulpine and punish him for just, blobbing up like that. So sharp move there, I think, for Zerg. Very good tactical decision. But he shouldn't be attacking with the Osprey until he knows there's an anti-tank. There you go, we got troops moving up here. Blob is arriving. Osprey opening up there with its third terminal flank, getting a few kills there. Turning about its hole there to get off the whole machine gun as well there. More flak fire, getting more kills. Rapid advancing. Along until they get suppressed. One wonders while the Osprey there, but only one suppression bulletin. Seems to be pretty slow there. Still did some damage there. 7 kills. Veterans, 1 lieutenant doing what he can here. Might want to upgrade it with a second VAR. Or consider upgrading to grenades actually there for his men. Either way, push back here. A lot of mortar fire landing all over the place here against Zerg's men as they push forwards. A lot of troops back there for healing reinforcement, pushing forwards again against the mortars. Anti-tank gets nearby. 50 cover they're opening up. On the grenadiers there, but need to deal with the ones to the flank here, and the panzer are doing a lot of damage there. 2 Vulpine support weapons. He's closing in on the person. He's got the fuel now. He's only 1 command point away, but again, due to his now sizable force overall, though, he's still suffering a lot of manpower bleed, which means this person is going to be a bit delayed in that way. Smoke screen down on the 50 caliber again, allowing his grenadiers to go straight for the cutoff point again. Zerg here displaying, I think, a rather adept usage of smoke here, so thumbs up to him, thumbs up to him. Looks like someone's been watching my channel and listening to my suggestions how to get the most out of smoke. Modify there against the lieutenant, getting a good kill there. Back here, tanks being repaired, getting more pioneers for that. Good work. Gute Arbeit, Leute. Making another push towards the north.
Commanders, be advised. Ability now ready.
Victory point wise, Zerg is sort of bleeding out Vulpine there and draining out the lead. Quick retreat in the face of the rifle blow up. Got point there being secured. We got the M42 moving up. M42 setting up around there. And on the rear echelons. Suppressed. And he actually pops in smoke there. 50 munitions smoke in this case, though at this point the MB42 can't see them anyways. But nice to see we got a sort of Vulpine realizing, there is this thing called smoke. The Krauts use it. God damn, that's your magic. Stop it, Joe. We'll try it. We'll try it. Of course, he had the mortar nearby. You could just lay down the smoke screen that without having to spend 50 munitions on it. He grabs the victory pump. We got Panthers listening up through here. Grenadiers supporting. Zerg here clearly a bit more fun of just, you know, more tactical usage of his infantry, less reliant on blobs. Blob, they're counter-attacking here.
We're losing a capture point.
Mortifying the grenadiers. Panzers falling back here. Avoiding the houses since they can quickly turn into a death trap for them with all those mortars about. Got the Osprey and the Panther Force setting up once more on the south there. We got Stormtroopers hiding up. Lieutenant, and there you go. Tactical advance up close. Will the Lieutenant make it? We even got a grenade off. Wiping the unit, a brutal ambush here from Zerg Stormtroopers, annihilating the Lieutenant entirely. That was a very nicely executed ambush there by Zerg, very nicely executed. Vulpine there slowly setting up for the Pershing. Panzers there going for the munitions. Of course, still got the 2 mortars there blasting away at Zerg's positions, his men. And the 50 caliber coming there. Though, interesting enough, again, he's not using it to support his infantry, though, again, that would give us a bit more, I think, tactical options. If you could say, you know, keep the enemy's infantry from moving and then flank that. But there you go. We finally got the M26 Pershing out there for Vulpine. Only took him 26 minutes to get out some armor there besides the Stuart. Let's see if it lasts longer than the Stuart. It will end up with the roughly the same, you know, time to survive. You also got 2 anti-tankers coming in. So basically, we're sending in the Pershing there. That's going to be pretty bad spots. And again, there's 2 anti-tank guns and 1 Panther 4 here versus 1 Pershing. Panther 4 lands are penetrating it on the Pershing. Another penetrating hit. That is some serious luck there for Zerg's Panther 4. 2 Panther 4 hits in a row. We can get armor picking up, sending out a tank and Panther 4 slightly moving up. Pershing advancing here.
A capture point is under attack.
Panther 4 moving up again. Penetrates again. Wow. What are the odds? Actually, they're surprisingly low. The Pershing is, I think, roughly as armored as a Tiger tank. And he actually gets it with a killing blow there from the tank gun. But that Panther 4 had some serious luck there against the Pershing. That was like 3 or 4 penetrating hits. That is definitely not the norm. I mean, a Sherman tank with armor piercing runs a better chance of penetrating the Tiger than the Panther IV has of penetrating the Pershing. Wow. You also get machine gun coming to the center. He got smoke screens down here from Vulpine though. Good work just to continue a bit further. And again, he's still very much reliant on blob tactics there, though he's quick to turn his mortar battery on the machine gun bunker there. Captain there being pinned down to the ground. 50 cal moving up there, taking heavy fire. There we got the Panther IV flanking. He could also get the Osprey in there, and there he goes, going here for a flank. He's getting behind the attacking force. Excellent play there, excellent play there. It's a very good counter-attack there, basically hitting the now extended force to cut off its retreat path, even going for the softer targets. Thumbs up here to circling down smoke screens to cover up elements of things. Oh, there's actually might have been a smoke screen there from Vulpine, actually. Was it? Hard to say here. There's a lot of smoke though. A lot of smoke. No, that was actually smoke from the Osprey. So much smoke. I can't keep track of it. He might lose the Panther IV here though. Yeah, he might have extended there. Should have been some support for the armoured push there. But overall, I mean, it was a nice attempt there. Just could have executed a bit sharper. Still got the blob here, and he's still getting suppressed by an MD-42. And there's still a mortar nearby as well to really hurt said blob. So we got on me again. They're just charging at the Ostwind. Close to bit T2. Need to pull back the Ostwind there. Oh dear, he's going to lose the Ostwind as well there. Zerg throwing away the Ostwind. Quite tragic loss there. Though he wrecked his opponent's anti-tank gun. He was so close to T2, so close. Other anti-tank gun there annihilated, but very nice maneuver there. We got smoke screen there on the MD-42. Seems like Vulpine is actually improving from playing against Zerg. That's actually kind of amazing. He's actually beginning to use smoke just a bit. Sadly though, the way he handles infantry has not improved, but the fact he's trying to use smoke though, I think is some kind of realization that he could, improve his play. So, I mean, that's commendable. I just wish he'd stop blobbing. At least they're being pushed back by the riflemen. Osman on the way here for Zerg. He's not too worried about another Pershing or any other armor. He knows the Pershing has pretty much drained up most of Vulpine's resources, just punishing what remains of Vulpine's infantry right now. I think is a safe and simple right. There we go, got a grenade on the tree! Concussive though, he does. In case he didn't have any use for a bundle grenade. Had it been a bundle, I probably would have a few wipes there. But the Panthers, because they are stormtroopers gaining veteran defeat, hardened veterans, iron cross soldiers, every single one of them. And Ostwind almost done there. Vulpine under some serious pressure there from Zerg. And now he's behind in victory points compared to Zerg. And before Victory 2 coming in the centre, we got the Panthers moving up, and they are also close to veteran defeat. He's wrecking them all, at least attempting to. And there you go, another Ostwind out here for Zerg and the Comfortable Behuba. Panzer going to do under fire. We got the rifles swarming forth again, and the Panzer's quick retreat here. Zerg realizing that to stand about there and fight would be a pretty poor choice. That would just be a waste of manpower. So rather than doing that, he just retreats. Very sensible judgment there, and also good display there of unit preservation. You could advance, I think, the mortar a bit further to cover a bit further into, Vulpine's territory. Osman moves up, supporting in this case the MD-42. Actually goes in a bit further. And there's also destroyed, by the way, now both of Vulpine's anti-tank guns, meaning Vulpine's only got a few bazookas here to deal with the flak panzer. Osman then doing what he can for the fatherland, and there we go. We got a Shug on the way there. He's clearly worried about other armor, but he's not too worried, it seems. Well, actually, Shug is pretty much a high priority choice for anti-tank rather than, say, a Panther IV.
Capture point is being overrun.
He does actually have ticked up. In theory, he could have tried and played for a Panther, but I guess he doesn't think it's worth it. Ambulance are being blasted, medics out there, though he could end up losing the medics if he's not careful. Actually looks like going to end up losing them. The Osman there suppressed him, in fact. Annihilated. That's definitely not good for Vulpine. And he's being pushed back into the rifle force. North victory point then being secured. Osman firing at the base.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
Before pulling back, 9 kills. Halfway to veteran 2-1. Stug almost done there for Germany. The Kampfgruppe Huber. Panzer continue moving up there. Stug advancing, could find some pin up machine gun there for anti-infantry. Got a grenade off though. Panzer's that almost wiped out with the 2 riflemen there with all the BARs and the firepower, for that matter all the veterancy. Osman they're trying to pull back, could suffer some damage. Got the Stug supporting. Osman suffering quite a bit there from there to tank rifle gauge, but the riflemen themselves are taking heavy damage there from the Stug and the Osman. Well, it's Stug actually, so far yet to land anything, but the Osman certainly doing damage there.
The capture point is being overrun.
Almost got a wipe down the rifle squad. Done it in there by fighting. We've got the Info 2 covering the centre there with incendiary armor-piercing rounds. Really doing a lot of damage. And the north, we got points that are being seized by the Pioneers. We got Rangers out here for Vulpine to replace some of those losses. He's also very close to the second Pershing, but at this point, of course, the question is, will a second Pershing have any impact against the Zerg and the Kampfgruppe? To which the answer is probably not.
Squad on your feet. Friendly's down to 100 points. I say again, allies at 100 points. All sectors. Ability, now ready.
Bazooka left behind, Rangers heading northwards, Pioneers moving for the fuel. Captain rushing forwards ahead of everybody else.
Overrunning one of our capture points.
Rangers almost got the Thompson ready. Thompsons. Quick concussive grenade against the Rangers. Did not dodge that one. We got the Stu ready here with no machine gun though added. And a retreat here from Vulpine.
75 points remaining.
Not quite keen on sort of playing around with those mortars. Victory point being out, and there you go. Second Pershing.
New unit ready and on the field.
A lot of heavy armor support here for the 2nd Infantry.
Crew ready. Armor here.
Rushing in there, the rest of the force.
Armor ready.
54 points left for Vulpine.
Consolidate our
Crushing
forces.
the wreckage
We're
of the
left with
anti-tank
50
gun.
points.
And going straight here for the MG42. Stu lands a penetrating hit, less surprising there.
Capture point is
Second
being
shot
overrun.
penetrating. Anti-tank gun moving up. Stu waiting patiently here. 33 points left. No victory points yet here for Vulpine.
We've fallen to 25 points.
Riflemen with low health versus Veteran Fleet Panzer Grenadiers. Unsurprisingly, the Riflemen do not end up having a fun time there. Almost wiping that. We got the Pershing moving there. Might be able to push back the Panzer Grenadiers. And there we go.
Rear echelon
Saved the
troops on
Rifleman.
front line.
The last man standing there. Pushing up for the centre as well. His Grenadiers nearby. Austin can move up there.
Everyone back. We're
Pershing
down to 10
blitzes through the
points.
north. Panzer's about to get wiped here by the Rangers. 7 points left. Wiped. Huge loss there for Zerg, but at this point won't matter much. You got more Stooks on the way. 5 points left. Barely anything left here for Vulpine. Grenadiers almost been wiped here by the Pershing as well. And there you go. Game over. GG. A victory for Zerg. A loss for Vulpine. Vulpine, while having a nice start, though, I think struggled a bit to sort of gain map control there initially. In a sense, they certainly felt a bit awkward. But more importantly, failed to sort of really capitalise on it. You know, could have dug in, laid down mines. You know, having since he was still going heavy cavalry, you know, he could have just gone for it sooner, laid down some mines. You know, tried to make it harder for Zerg to grab it back. But also, he's very too quick, you know, just relying on blob attacks, you know, just raw force, which Zerg was able to, as you know, nicely counter there with the MG42s and mortars and such. Later on, as the game progressed, the Osprey, I think, certainly noticed a lot there to sort of minimise what Vulpine could do with it. Factoring again, he just played for the Pershing, didn't try to get on much there. And the Telemine and the Stuart, I think, was also sort of a good choice there for Zerg. So, I mean, a few things that sort of just piling together there to give Vulpine a really nasty game. Factoring also as well. He wasn't very good at flanking. His smoke usage was overall rather too late. And I felt kind of reactive there against what Zerg was doing, where Zerg, you know, in several cases would plan ahead with his smoke screens to cover up stealing of weapons or, you know, grabbing points there. So that was actually nicely played there. And overall, Zerg just felt sort of more focused and prepared here than Vulpine. So, I mean, nice play there by him. Good use of his units, good use of flanking, smoke, and other elements there. So, I mean, overall, thumbs up there to Zerg. Very nicely played there. So, I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gives you decent matches. If it did, one, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send a replay on some feedback in the comment section. And if you do send a replay on your own, do provide links to your own the leaderboards. Don't tell me what ranking you are, because you'll likely be telling me what level you are, which isn't the same. Again, leaderboard rankings link. There's links to where you can do so. For just check your profile, leaderboards, you know, stuff like that. You can find that on the, for example, the official site. There should be a link to that on the front page of it, you know, so you can just point me to there. Otherwise, details as to the match, length, and so on there. And if you want to know where to send it in, details are in the video description. There's a lot of details in the video description, in fact. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Cheers.